Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Jesse, and in this wonderful tutorial, we learn about how to use Setuptools together with Click. So what is Setuptools? So Setuptools is a very powerful package, right? It's a package development library that allows us to be able to enhance the abilities of these utilities for when you're working with Python, when you are trying to create a package. So let's see how to work with it. So in case you don't have, you can just go with pip install Setuptools to install it. Okay, now let's see how to work with it. So first of all, I'm going to create a virtual environment, and then you use it to run. So using pip env. So in case you don't have pip env, you can just go with pip install py env, right? It's in case you don't have it. Okay, so now let's start straight away. So I'm already in my folder, and then there's nothing inside this folder. So I'm just going to create a virtual environment here and then use it. So it's going to be pip env install. You install Click, and then you also install Setuptools together. Okay, so it has finished installing. Perfect. So it has finished installing all that we need. So if we go back to here, realize that after installing it, it's created a pip file, and then inside the pip file we have a Click and then Setuptools. So these are the tools that we need for our development. Okay. And then this is going to give us a lot of details. Now let's start working with it. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to create a file, and I'm going to save this file as inside the same place, right? The same place as the name of my app. I'm going to call it as my calculator, calculator.py, right? That is the extension. So it's the same location as that, and I'm going to create another file which is going to be my setup tool. So my setup.py, setup by convention the name is supposed to be setup, right? .py. So setup.py is going to be in the same location as my file itself, the package or my Python program. Okay, perfect. So let's create something simple. So import Click, then at click.command to receive all our command, and I'm just going to create something simple. Click.options. Then I'm going to supply something. So let's say number for now, number, and then let's give it as -n. Perfect. So that's what we have for now. Then we're going to perfect. So let's create our function. The name of our function is going to be main, and then this function is going to receive the number which is coming from the option, and then we're going to just for now let's echo it out. It's going to be, you can use string, you can use any of them. So let's try with string. So f, so your number was, right? So we are using a string, so you have to be careful about this. You can make it like that, or you can make it like single or double quotation. I'm going to apply the name here, which is the number. Perfect. So we have done something very simple. That is the function you are creating. You're just echoing it out. Then I'm going to create my if main. So if main. So this main is referring to this particular stuff. So if I save it and I come back to my virtual environment that I have, so to initialize this virtual environment, you just go with pip env shell, right? It's going to initialize the environment. Perfect. Now it has initialized and changed. So we are now in a virtual environment. Nice. So if I go with my file, if I check here, I have two files. I have this my Python file, that is the actual package, right? Whatever program you have on it, and then the setup.py. So if I run this particular stuff, so Python, let's increase the size. Let's go with Python, then my calculator. If I run this, it's going to just run straight away. Give us your number was none because we are receiving a number here, right? We not give any default value, so it's going to give us that my number was none. So since my number is none, let me, if I go with help, it's going to tell me what I'm supposed to do. That is the number and then the help. That is something very simple. So I do not want to be always calling Python my python.py. I just want to call something like this: my calculator. Can't spell calculator. Yeah, my calculator, and then I'll supply whatever button I want to supply. Right? That's what I want to do. So how do I do that? So that is where I can use the setup tool to help me to do this particular stuff. Instead of calling this entire stuff with the .py, I want to just only use this py. So how do I do that? So with the setup tool, I can be able to do that. So let's try with it. So it's going to be from setup tools import setup. Right, so that's what you are importing first of all. So from setup tools, import setup. Setup tool. Now I'm going to create my setup class setup. Then here is going to take several arguments. So these are the arguments it's going to take. So this is where I'm going to put all my information and the details. So that it's going to just use it to set it up, right? So this is where I'm going to put my information. So it's just like a schema or like a model. It's going to be like the schema, right? So now let's see how to do that. So I'm just going to give it a name, the name of the package that I want to use, right? So the name of the package, what I'm developing. So let's call it as my calculator. And then I'm just going to create another option. So this is going to be the version. The version is going to be the particular version I want to supply. So it can be 0.01 because setup tools allows us to be able to maintain during your development. You need to know the version so that it's easier when you are trying to maintain it, right? To know what the changes you are working to do your versioning. Then I'll then go to add my file models. So the py models is going to be the particular script, right? The particular file here. So inside this, I have only this particular file here. This only file and this file. So I'm just going to use it as my py model. It's going to be the name of my file, which is my calculator. That is the name I'm going to apply for that. This one way of working with it. In case you are working in a different format, you can also use the same thing. Can also be done with the find packages. Right? You can also use the find package stuff. That is in case you have a whole folder, all your script is inside a folder and you want to use it. You can also use find packages. But let's use this one straight away. Let's use the simple one. Then after that, you just go straight away and then create our requirements, right? So install .require. So install .requires. That is going to be the things that are dependent, our dependencies for this particular package. So you realize that when we're trying to work with it, we install some stuff. So if you go to your pip file, I had click in the setup tools, right? That's what I had on it. So it's just like this install requirement, just like the requirement.txt file. So the thing that you require, the thing that is needed, just like in this pip file here, we have these things as a package that is dependent upon. That's what we'll be putting here. So I'll be putting click. That's the package that is needed, right? Perfect. So after doing that, the next thing we have to do is that we need to set an entry point. So the entry point is the most important, and that is what is going to help us to do what I was talking about, the simple stuff of instead of calling this entire Python my call, right? I don't want to call this. I only want to call this particular stuff. So the entry point is what is going to be used. You're going to be determining that, right? So that is why it is. So let's see how it's going to be. So it's going to be entry, then point. It's going to be, you can just give it as 1 1. Perfect. So I'm going to give my console script, console, and that's all script. Because this is a console, this is a terminal, so that is a console script. What I want is the console to understand that when I call this particular name inside my terminal, I want you to bring this thing out. I want you to bring this script. That is the meaning of that is what we put here. Okay. So now let's see what we are going to do there. So I'm going to give it the name, so my calculator. So anytime I write my calculator here, I want you to bring something. So what do I want you to bring? So what I want you to bring is that I want you to go into this file. I want you to go into the same location here, right? And then bring me this particular file, this my calculator file. Then when you go to this my calculator file, I want you to bring me this function, this main function, which is being called as my main here. That is what you're going to be placing here. So now let's see how to do that. So this is the file that I want you to call, right? That is the name I am giving, your name that you are using. And then this name is equal to, go and then call this particular file, calculator.py, which is this particular file here, right? So that's what I'm saying. So go and call this particular file called calculator.py. But I'm not going to call it .py. Rather, I'm going to say that is the name of the file. It already knows that it's a Python file. You don't need to bring the .py. Then when you go there, go into that particular file and then bring me a particular function. So what function do I want? So I want this my main function. This is the main function I want. So I'll just go here and I'll say that bring me this main. So that is how to do that. So everything after the dots here is what is on the file, right? It's what's on the file that you want, and everything before here is going to be like the package and then your model, right? The package, the model, and then your folder, right? So that is how it's going to be. So everything after here is what is on the file that you are looking for, and everything after here is going to be the particular package, that is the file itself, and then the folder and the directory and all this stuff. Okay, perfect. So you can put several console stuff. It's just like the alias, right? In case you are in bash shell, you may do something like alias. Then you put maybe alias, say LSA. I've forgotten how to do it, but LSA. Then you equate it to say ls something something something, right? Something like that. It's similar to that, something like that. Okay, okay, perfect. So now let's see. So that is all that I need for this. So we are done. Alright, so let's save it. So if I save it now and then I want to run it, so let's go back to this place. Then let's run it. So I'm just going to run it like this. To run it is going to be pip install dash edit table. Right, that is one of the ways of doing it. So if I go with pip install dash edit table, it's automatically going to identify this particular file, setup.py, and then install it for us and add it to the particular path. So I forgot something. Oops, okay, I forgot that this dot. So it's going to be this pip install dash editable, then dot, right? So I'm in this particular folder, so I'm saying that go into this folder that I have here, right? Go into this folder and then bring me this, install this particular stuff. So using this one to install it, that's the purpose of this pip install. That is saying that obtaining file, so it's going to check for the file from this particular stuff, and then installing collected packages, which is this, the name of the package, and then successfully install the calculator. So perfect. So now that's already installed. So now if I go that, I can just go with my calculator, my calculator, then straight away with the help, it's going to work, right? It's not going to give me any issue. Perfect. So this is how to do that in a very nice format. So I can still add my number to it. So let's add a number of, say, number 20. Then it's going to work perfectly. So your number was 20. So that is how to work with Setuptools. So the main idea is that you just create a file, right, where all your stuff is going to be, then another setup file. So these two are in the same directory, they are in the same place. So if I check here, let's go with this. If I go here, this is my setup file and my calculator are in the same location, right? So since they are in the same location, when I'm doing this, it's going to be my calculator, right, which is the name of this file here, and then go into this my calculator and then find this particular function called main, right, which is referring to this. That is why I did it like this. So in case I change the directory, I move this particular stuff, and one thing you notice that anytime it's finished installing, anytime it's finished after using the pip editable, right, dot, is going to create an egg file. So inside this egg file, the egg file is a format, right? It was created in 2004. The current one is Q, which is by default for Python. So the egg file contains details about everything that is about this program. So when I go to this my egg file, you realize that it's having my dependencies, which there was no dependencies, having an entry point, which is the one that I supplied. So let's explain it in this format. Perfect. So if I go to my egg file, if I go to my entries, this is the entry that was supplied, right? So it's going to create an entry point. And I go with the package info. So every name I supply, so my calculator with the name of it, the version I supply. So it's going to, you can add more stuff to it, right, when you are doing it. Okay. It's going to supply it here. And again, for the requires file, you realize that here we had a require here, right? So that is what is placed here. And then top level, that is based on the top level here is my calculator, which is going to be this stuff that we had, right? My top level here. Okay, perfect. Now let's see another example. So we have understood it. So if I change this stuff, right, and I bring this my setup file here, let's copy this. Okay. Cut this, and I put it here, right? I put it here. Now it's going to give it a different location, so it's going to go up again. So now it's going to be my calculator, it's going to be my app, right? Right, my app dot my calculator. So it's going to go to this folder called my app. Then when you come here, come and see this file, my calculator. Right? I hope you understand. So that is the basic idea. So if this one and this one are in the same location, we're going to put it here. Right? By the moment I move this one outside to a different folder, then I'm going to tell you that move to this particular folder. So that is the basic idea about it. So thank you for watching. In case you have any question or contribution, you can just put inside the comment section so everybody can benefit. And please don't forget to subscribe. Stay blessed.